Good morning, my friends. Welcome back. It's Belinda here from Visualised NZ. We're going to do the Deal It Up challenge this morning. I hope you're up for a little challenge to kickstart your week. And as you can see here, I've got 4 stacks of prompts of cards. So we are going with a 4 prompt week this week. So let's get right into it and see what we're going to be doing today. I hope you've all had a fantastic weekend. We've had a rather interesting one here, and I'm sure I'll get into that a bit more as we go through. I really need to work on these cards. They keep getting caught up. Okay, let's pull our first prompt. Eeny, meeny, lemon squeezy. Something wooden. Okay, so these prompts, it can be actually something wooden, like a wooden button or something that you use, or a picture of something that is wooden, just as an example. Same goes if it happened to be metal or glass or plastic or whatever. Okay, our second prompt is going to be something that blows in the wind. Well, that would seem to be very appropriate right now for reasons that I will go into very, very shortly, but it relates to how the weekend has been for me and for many in my region. Okay, let's see what this one's going to be. Paint. I had a feeling that these 2 prompts were going to come up. Don't ask me why. I almost went and grabbed out some more paint and I thought, no, it'll be fine. Maybe I should have, because I've only got white paint on my desk, white acrylic paint. But I do have my watercolours, so I might just resort to watercolours. Not that that's a bad thing. And our final prompt, which will be what we're going to be making, is a shaped pocket. Okay, we can deal with that. Not too bad. So first off, the shaped pocket, I need a base, of course, and it needs to be some sort of shape, so not rectangular. Can be a, basically rectangle and then given a shape somehow. Just whatever comes to you, whatever inspires. Just got this little scrap here of diary page, which I've obviously cut into for bits and pieces. It just happened to be on top of my pile, and I'm wondering, can I do something with this? I'm sure I can. Okay. Do I want to cut this off? Do I want to fold this in? I think I want to cut it off. So I'm going to take it back to a rectangle base and then see what I can do with it. So yes, it's been a very, very interesting weekend this weekend. We've had severe weather. We got an emergency alert on Saturday morning on our phones. All our phones went beep, 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 beep. Yeah, so warning of high winds, and they weren't wrong. They were not wrong. Some areas had gusts of over 200 kilometres per hour. I don't know what it got to here, but very high. Lots of damage around the place. We had no power for a good part of the day, and some parts of my township still are without power, and that's over 24 hours later. Yeah, and the wind has not stopped. It's calmed down just a tad. Well, quite a lot compared to where it was, but it's still really high gusts of wind. There's still potential for damage out there. Please, please excuse me. Hubby has got a cold, and I'm just wondering whether I'm getting a little inkling of it. So please excuse if my voice goes a bit weird from time to time. And our church service this morning was cancelled because there was no power down at our church this morning. We weren't going anyway because hubby's not well and I'm suffering quite a bad headache, which the wind tends to do to me. Okay, right, I need to concentrate on this. So far, all I've done is fold down the top, which isn't particularly shaped, is it? It's still rectangle. So, how do I want to do this? My brain is not working. My head's not in the game, but we're going to persist. We are going to press on and see what we can come up with. I'm just playing. At the end of the day, if this needs to be thrown off and I start again, well, so be it. So I'm just, oops, no, that doesn't work. Would like it to be sort of similar to the other side. Maybe that's a bit better. Okay, yeah, starting to see something. But does that make sense? I don't know. Does it make sense? Possibly not. What if we trimmed that off and turned it up that way and made it a pocket this way? So it would be narrow at the bottom, wider at the top. I mean, that's doable. Just means you'd be restricted either on how far you put something in or how wide the thing is that you put in. Is that just nonsensical? Probably. I'm kind of liking this idea. Okay. Maybe. Right. Okay, I'm going to cut off these bits in the corners where the folds meet. Just to take out some of the bulk. It's reasonably thick paper, this, probably similar to copy paper, but I feel it's slightly thicker. And then having been dyed, it gives it an extra sturdiness, I feel. Well, it feels like it does. Okay, so what I'm thinking is that these flaps here are going to act like gussets. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to glue down this top bit, which just reinforces the top of the pocket. Like so. So it will be a narrow pocket, this one. Narrow at the top. And then if we put those down as gussets, then it will allow a little bit more sort of room in there for like a long skinny tag. And then I'm thinking of turning this bigger piece at the back into, okay, it's a rectangle pocket, but we've got the shape on the front and I can live with that. It's my challenge. I can make up the rules as I go along. Isn't that how it works? Isn't that the rule of life? I can make it up as I go along. Because it is shaped. We've got part of it, a pocket on it that's shaped. The whole thing's not shaped, but I think that's okay. I'm going ahead and inking it just so you can see a bit better the shape that I'm working with, because I feel like even for me it was kind of blending in and being hard to see. So this will be our shaped pocket bit, and then we're just going to add another rectangle pocket on the back. So again, I'm going to just fold this over a little bit just to reinforce that top edge. I've got a cut on my finger, and that's not a very bad one or deep one, but just annoying me. Every time I touch something, it's catching. So that's just a little bit uncomfortable is all. It keeps reminding me that it's there, because I've spent probably about a day while we had no power and just, you know, open the curtains, let all the light shine in yesterday, harvesting magazines and just cleaning tape residue off the scissors. That's what did that. the hazards of crafting. They are real. Mind you, I haven't suffered a crafting related injury for a wee while, so yeah, it was overdue. Okay, hopefully that's a bit better for you to see exactly where I'm heading with this. So I want to decorate up that a little bit, because I feel like what's showing is not making a lot of sense. So I'm going to grab one of my printables here. Actually, they're not printables. I haven't put them as a kit. I've done journal covers with them, and the journals are for sale. Now, what colour? Actually, this could qualify for the paint because it's got paint spatters on, but we'll see. I'm thinking this one, for no other reason, but just because. So I'm just going to take the white off here. So I'll have to get soon to looking for something to meet those other two prompts. There's something that blows in the wind. Should just go outside and get some of the debris that's flying around. Right. What do I... Oops. Just sent all this pile of cards spilling across my table. Not handy. So apart from headache and lack of sleep and just really over the noise of the wind, I'm not doing too bad. You know, life's ticking on. I hope hubby gets better soon. We're supposed to be away at a camp this coming weekend. So it's like, if he's not feeling well enough to go, or if he's too tired because he's been working while he's sick, that might be $300 down the drain, thank you very much, because we can't go. Yeah, so I hope everything works out, because I don't want to miss the camp. I think it'll be quite fun. We haven't been to camp for years, or decades actually. Probably a good couple of decades. Right, it's not straight, and I also got it too wide. So let's just take a little smidge off there. Maybe it might straighten it up a little bit, or maybe not. Doesn't matter. Not worried. Okay, now I could just do like the bits that are showing, like just take triangles down here, but I'm not in the mood to muck around, so I'm just gonna glue the whole thing down quick and easy. Yep, definitely not in the mood to be fussing around. Normally I would. Normally I love that sort of thing, but today I'm just like, nah, let's just glue the whole thing down. I have this digitized, so I can print it off again. It's not like it's the only copy I can ever have of it, and then I've still got the original, so I think that's fine. Oops. Let's just perhaps put it over slightly further. I think I've made it slightly too narrow now, but I'm going to make it work. I am. Yeah, let's go there. I have not centered it. Tough bickies. Can you tell the sort of mood I'm in today? I'm in a very weird mood. Right, now I want something here as well. But I think more plain, like, I think that would be too much. Too much, she cried. So how about some nice brown or sort of creamy brownie packing paper? Why not? And it's all crinkly and textured and bumpy and lovely. So let's try and see where I'm trying to tear it. About there. And this will probably end up being too big because as I glue it down, all the creases are going to flatten out and it will grow. Let's go back. Oops. Excellent tearing there, not. That's so crooked. And it's probably even more crooked. Don't care. Right. And about there. I don't care whether it's straight or anything, or even if it hangs over, I'll just trim off the excess. It's my mood, I tell you. It's just the mood I'm in. So yes, wild weather here in New Zealand, in my region particularly. There were, what was it, 22,000 homes, I think, without power. And there are still some of those without power even now. I didn't think we were going to get power back before bedtime last night, but we actually did, and had it back, and then it was on for a few minutes and it went off again, and then a few minutes later it was back on, and then it's been on ever since. So we were quite fortunate, but the poor power companies would have just absolutely been slammed, because it was almost like a cascade failure. You could see it would start in the city, in Christchurch City, and you could see it moving further north, and there are just more and more towns being added to it, all different times, but just one after the other. So it looked like, the system was cascading and it's going down. So there were a few cars crushed by trees in Christchurch, which is the closest city to me, about 45 minutes away. We discovered this morning that we've lost part of our fence, our north boundary fence, and our neighbours yesterday lost part of their south boundary fence. The neighbours on the other side of us, so on our south side, they lost their south fence, and on our north side we lost part of our north fence. So yeah, that was interesting discovery. So hubby went out there in his sickness and sort of shored it up with some timber to do in the meantime. But yeah, probably have to make an insurance claim. Okay, I think I'm good now to glue down these side flaps. Just gonna straighten that up. I don't know why, because it's not going to matter, but just because I want to. So making these into gussets, so I'm not gluing them down on the inside. So I want to be able to slide something into the pocket. Be very narrow pocket. Well, it is going to be a narrow pocket. And I haven't folded these evenly. Do I look worried? Not at all. Okay, there we go. So we're going to end up with a double pocket is what I'm doing. Right, so we need paint, because I'm not going to count that as paint, I don't think. We need something that blows in the wind and something wooden. Okay, I'm thinking for something that blows in the wind, I might be able to find like a kite or something in this children's book. or something else that blows in the wind. So let's have a quick wee flip through. You've probably seen me look through this book before. I just love it. It's getting really holy because I use it a lot for images for my personal journal or balloons. They'd blow in the wind. Try not to take too long. Here's another balloon. Oops. Oh, it's only a little bit out there. Butterflies, bees, they might blow in the wind, I guess. But I kind of had in my mind like a kite or a flag or something. More balloons. Flags. That's another option. Also want to think how it's all going to work together so that it, you know, it looks good. Doesn't look just like a mishmash. Which is my challenge. A sailboat. That blows in the wind, doesn't it? It's the whole purpose of a sail is to catch the wind. Don't know whether it blows in the wind as so much as catches the wind though. I know, technicality. Looks like that little caterpillar or worm or whatever it is, ant maybe, is flying a kite, but there's no actual kite in the picture. Not helpful. Butterflies. I know there's also some washing on line in this book somewhere. There, washing. Oops, where's my pocket? So we've got green flags, multicolored balloons. Don't think I like the balloons as much. We've got socks or shirts or shorts or hats. That might work. More balloons, lots of balloons. They're holding, that dog is holding flags. Another sailboat. It's quite cute. The boat, but I wish the O wasn't on it. Kite, but it's got an eye on it. Okay, never mind. I'm going to go with the kite and I'll just put something over the eye. I had my heart set on a kite. Okay, so kite it is. So we also need something wooden. Do I really want to fussy cut this out? Kind of, not really. So I think fussy cut round the big shape. Okay, that's an option. Does it translate as... No, I'm going to abandon that idea. To me, it doesn't translate. It's like put it on the pocket and it's not going to actually look like anything. It's not obvious that it's a kite. So let's see if we can find something else. Oh, feather, but it's chopped into. That would have been quite good. Feather. Okay, I am striking out here, my friends. That's a quill pen. Striking out. small leaf. Oh, I know, I've got some leaf die cuts. How about one of those? Sorry about the noise opening the container. Leaves blow in the wind. There's been a lot of leaves blowing around here last couple of days. A lot of blossom. A tree that was covered in blossom in our neighbour's backyard, which is over our back fence, was covered in blossom yesterday morning, and by evening there was not a single bit of blossom left on it. It was naked. It was no longer clothed in its beautiful white blossom. It's got a few different leaf options here. These ones, I love these rose leaves. I think they're super pretty, and they're done in a metallic cardstock. Oh, I like that. I think that's really pretty. Okay, so we've got that one covered. Something that blows in the wind, leaves. Something wooden. Okay, we're back to the drawing board again, and I'm getting quite warm, so I'm just going to pull my sleeves up. Have I got anything actually wooden? I don't know that I do. Not around me. So I think I'm going to have to go something that's like made of wood. Like, you know, an image of something that's made with wood. I've got this building, again, a children's book. So that might provide something. Like there's pictures of the timber and stuff. We need something that will fit with leaves, that just won't look plonked down. There's some stickers in here as well. Don't know if there's anything. No. Oh, this guy holding a plank. I have a feeling it's going to be a little trickier. Also, it's not quite the look, is it? This wooden plank here. Should we take this out and have a look? Let's have a wee look. Oops. Talk about cat-handed. Only a couple more pages, so just do a quick check. I'm thinking this could just be like a cool label or something. We could make it into a little label. That's a good idea. Why don't we do that? Let's make this little wooden plank into a wee label. Maybe we can find a stamp to stamp on it or something. Not that it needs to have anything written on to be classed as a label. There we go. Maybe we lift those up and have that over top. Right, I feel like we need maybe a flower in there. Got a wee pink. There is sort of pinky red here. And a flower would also blow in the wind, wouldn't it? That, or we've got a same colour, that metallic charcoal and the rose. Yep, no, it gets lost. What else have I got? Got a sunflower in the same charcoal that I've taken the leaves off. Oh, I quite like that. Okay, we're going like that. Okay, so we'll just chop a little bit off that stem because I don't want it poking out the bottom of the label. Okay, so can we find something that will fit in here? Oops, dropping stuff. Could even just put a number in there. That one's too wide. Tickets. No. No. I appear to be struggling today, my friends. I hope this is not a horrible video for you to watch. I hope you still find it something that will inspire, something that will, you know, pass the time of day for you. Right, not finding anything else suitable. So it's either one of these, I think. Or just like maybe some numbers. Numbers, I feel, are always a good option. Numbers or words. Where was I looking? Maybe let's go shipment. I'm just going to go with my VersaFine black. Oops. Here we go. Stamp that off a little bit. Okay, what else would we like on there? A number, definitely. About this one. Number 05337. Here we go. Cool. Just turned it into a wee label. I really like this flower too because there's like 2 sets of leaves and then the flower, so it gives me that grouping of 3, which I do like. Okay, what else do we need? We need paint, don't we? We have white paint splatter on the back, so I think I'm going to do white paint splatter on this as well, and that'll be a paint aspect. So I'm just going to grab out my little bottle of white acrylic house paint. Oops, I put the stamps away and I didn't actually put that number stamp back in the packet before I put the packet away. That was clever. Right, do I have something to splatter the paint with is the question. Looking for a paintbrush is what I'm doing. I'm going to have to reach, I'm sorry my friends. I was hoping I had one closer to hand, but I didn't. So I'm going to actually give that a little water down. It'll make it easier to flick. Oops. Perhaps I need a little bit more water. There was a lot more paint in that lid than I thought. So I'm just doing it on my glue pages, so it'll dry. It's fine. Yes, I need to protect my surface, don't I? Otherwise I'm going to have paint everywhere. Come on. There we go. Oh yes, some good splatter going on there. Good. And of course I don't mind if it goes on to that back section, because there's already paint splatter, so it just fits in even better, doesn't it? Giving that a good dusting there. Can you have too much splatter? No. Plus I'm having fun. Right, okay, that'll do. Right, now I need it to dry. So I'm going to pop you on hold for a few minutes while it dries, and when it's dry I'll come back and finish it up. So be right back. Well, it didn't take long to dry at all. Right, so we are ready to glue on our pieces. So I'm just going to recompose here, make sure I'm happy with how everything is sitting. I've got white splatter on my fingers. Now, one thing that's bugging me is these are on cardstock, the leaves and the sunflower, and this is paper. And it's a bit lumpy. Will it matter? Do we want to put them over top? No, I don't. Okay, well, first off, I'm going to glue down our plants. I've decided plants is what I'm going for. That blows in the wind. Plants blow in the wind. So that covers our leaves and our sunflower here. This is where the fine tip on my glue bottle just makes it so much easier. Just get that bit where I was holding it. Oops, a bit more down there, I think. Okay, so we want it about there. Okay, so we need to put down this leaf first. So we've got rose leaves combined with a sunflower. Does that make sense? Probably not. But do I mind? Not in the slightest. Doesn't have to make sense, does it? Put you in there. Right, do I want that bottom leaf over top of the label? I think I do. So I'm going to just glue down one end of the label. I'm not going to worry about the fact that it's lumpy under the label. I'm sure it will be fine. So I'm going to glue that end down. I'll put glue on this. So I want to put the stem under and the leaf over top of the label. Make sure that all sticks down. Come on, it's not wanting to stick down because it's going over the stem of the other set of leaves, I think. And now I'm just going to go in here and put some glue in to glue the rest of that down. Hope it's straight. It'll have to do. It's there now. It's not shifting. It's straight, not straight. It is where it is. So there we have a, like I think for a tall tag would go really nicely in that shaped pocket at the front there. I think that'll be fun. And then we can put a nice big journal card in the back pocket when it's glued down on a page. So there is my response to this week's Deal It Up challenge. We got there in the end. So, shaped pocket. I've gone with this bit as my shaped pocket and then just added a rectangle on the back. That's allowed. Something wooden. We have this little image of a wooden plank that it was called in the book. We have something that blows in the wind. We've got our plants and paint. I did a good old paint splatter. So there we go, my friends. I hope you're inspired to give it a go. I'd love it if you tried it out, and if you want to share what you've made, I'd love to see. So all the links are down below in the description box. You can post in Visual Vibes, you can tag me on Instagram, or you can even send me an email with a picture if you're not on those channels. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope the week ahead is a really good one for you. Take care. I'll be back tomorrow with Trash Craft Tuesday. Bye for now.